Greetings and welcome to the Neutral Zone Hotel, an unapologetically left-leaning podcast covering hockey at its best and worst. My name is Trevor. I will be your concierge today. My pronouns are he, him, and I am a regretful fan of the Vancouver Canucks and a hopeful fan of the Vancouver Golden Eyes. With me today are two of my colleagues, Emily.
What's up, everyone? I'm Emily. They, them, she, her. Colorado Avalanche and Buffalo Sabres fan. Not bottom of the East anymore. And general PWHL fan until that Denver expansion hit.
And Madison.
Hey, I'm Madison, she, they pronouns, fan of the Colorado Avalanche and University of Denver hockey, as well as women.
We all love women.
Just women.
Yep.
Just women. And if they play hockey, that's really cool.
It's been a fun week. It's almost unfortunate that our usual, well, quote unquote, usual squad can't be here, but we'll try and do the best we can with the three of us. I'm just not here, apparently. But no, we had the PWHL opening weekend.
Tonight.
Yeah. Sorry,
Tonight.
I got paused there for tonight.
Okay.
We'll get into that when we do, but Friday, November the 21st.
21st.
We kicked off season 3 of the PWHL over in Minnesota, where the Frost raised their second Walter Cup banner and hosted the Toronto Scepters and blew it, losing 2-1. Kendall Coyne Schofield, kicking the season off with the first goal of the year. Ella Shelton scoring her first goal and the first goal for the Scepters. And Kiara Zanin with the game winner. I did not watch this game. Did either of you two?
I watched the last period.
Yeah, I did not get a chance to catch it.
It was a good game, I felt.
But also, I feel like it's very on brand for banner-raising teams to lose on banner-raising night.
I do think that's tradition.
Mm-hmm. I think Minnesota lost last year, too, and they did a banner raise. And you know what? Let's just hope they keep that up. Congratulations to our Scepters fans, friends. We are glad that you won. Well, unless you're a Minnesota fan, but pick a better team. That's all I'm going to say.
Rude.
For that, we're going to go into the meat and potatoes of this discussion, at least for me. The reason I was unable to watch Minnesota-Toronto is the Vancouver Golden Eyes started off their inaugural season against the Seattle Torrent, also playing in their inaugural game. And the first West Coast that we have in the PWHL with a dramatic 4-3 overtime win where they led for exactly 0 seconds in front of a sellout crowd of 14,958.
Everything about that is incredible.
It was so fun. It was such a fun game to watch.
Mm-hmm. So, Madison, you were slightly alluding to it earlier tonight. From what I gather, there was a big meme that came out of that broadcast.
The PWHL Discord I'm in, just everyone in the chat was sending tonight. It almost crashed it. It was so funny.
Goodness.
So what happened? Because I keep seeing references to this, and
tonight,
because I couldn't watch the game, I didn't.
Oh, I can explain because I was watching on TV. They went to do the ceremonial puck drop, or they were setting stuff up for something. The lights were all dimmed. It was exciting. People knew something was coming. And then you just heard the announcer's voice go, "Tonight." Very long silence. "Tonight." And that happened 3 times. 3, maybe 4 or 5 times. And then it finally actually went, and then it was tonight into the whole spiel. But it was just really funny because everyone was like, okay. I feel like it went on for a minute, and it was just very strange.
So to pull back the curtain, obviously I was there live. I finally got to use my season tickets to good use. Those first few tonights, We didn't hear them.
Oh, so that was in arena audio issues.
We just sat there in silence for 3 minutes or so, wondering what is going on.
In the dark.
It was very long time, and like nothing was happening.
I thought that maybe they were just like letting the moment soak in and seeing just how cool this is. I'm sure the players are just like, oh God, what's happening? Collar tug. But from what I can kind of gather from what, like, hearing about the meme and then knowing how long it took in the arena, I kind of wonder if they had a connection issue in the arena, like with the microphone, so that they would be saying it in the broadcast booth and they'd have it on the broadcast, but it wasn't going down into the arena itself until they finally fixed it up.
Somebody didn't have all the right channels on in the soundboard.
That does seem like the most logical explanation.
Yeah, like someone accidentally hit a button. Yeah. But Julia Gosling scores the first 2 goals for Seattle. Sarah Nurse, of course, scores the first goal in Vancouver history. Abby Bourine with the overtime winner. If I can gush for just a little bit.
Please do.
That might be one of the greatest hockey games I've ever been to. The atmosphere was incredible. Like it's definitely top 3 for me. I've been to a Canucks playoff game. That one was incredible. The takeover tour was great. But the takeover tour was just missing that one gravitas, because it was great to watch it, but it didn't have that hometown element, right? Mm-hmm. It's Toronto and Montreal, and it's great to watch that, but the rooting interest just doesn't have the same meaning without it having Vancouver in front. And shout outs, by the way, to the contingent of Seattle fans who made the bus ride up. I think there's about a couple, like 50 people who made the trip, at least.
That's
like
awesome.
by one group.
It's a fun drive. I'm glad they did it. Like, what a blast.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's also the opening game for their team too, right?
Exactly.
Seattle played really well in the offensive zone, because like if you go through the game, all 3 of their goals are based off of constant zone pressure, and I think they're going to be really dangerous in that regard. Mm-hmm. But Vancouver is incredible off the rush.
Both teams looked really, really good, which is part of what made it such a fun game to watch. Because
super back and forth.
It's so rare to get to see like 2 new teams kick that much ass, like right off the bat.
Mm-hmm. And it definitely helped you, like the vibe in the crowd. Like very rarely, if ever, was the volume at like a 2 in the stands. It was at least a 5, and only growing more and more here and there. So good job, everybody in Vancouver. Thank you for showing up and doing a quick scan of future games. It looks like at least 10,000 tickets have been sold for every game.
That's amazing.
Most of the lower bowl is sold out for every game this season. So
that is so cool.
It's very exciting. I have at least one set of friends already I've bought tickets for to come and join us. So
nice.
Very excited to just spread the word. Enough gushing about that. On Saturday, the 22nd, we had the home opener for this podcast's beloved Ottawa Charge as they play the New York Sirens. And oh boy, did they unfortunately not show up. That was a dud. Sorry, Benjamin. But
look, home openers are a lot of pressure.
They got blanked 4-0. Thought they had scored, only to have the goal called back because of too many players on the ice. And upon the replay, it was blatant.
Oh.
Well, it was like 2 skaters at the blue line, 2 at the dot, 1 net front, and the other one's like skating back and like not even at the other, like just between the red line and the blue line when the puck goes across the line.
Learn to count.
You can't do that. You can't do that. Score remains 0-0 until the 3rd when Taylor Gerard decided, I'm going to put this game on my back, and scored 3.
Good for her.
We love a hat trick.
She had 3 points all last year, which is wild.
That is wild.
Maybe it's just her time.
Maybe we've got our new superstar. Sarah Fillier, step aside. Someone else is taking over now.
Yeah, it would be fun.
Or maybe she just really hates Ottawa.
Maybe. I mean, goaltender Kaylee Osborne has 3 career wins, and all 3 are in Ottawa, or against Ottawa, I should say. So,
well, there we go.
There's something there for sure.
Must be. Beaver Tails, that's what it is. We learned that thanks to the schedule.
Yes, we did.
And then finally on Sunday the 23rd, I eventually, one of these days I'll learn how to do dates.
So numbers are hard.
They are. Montreal went into rival city Boston for the Boston Fleet's home opener. And in my haiku, I said that Boston was going to have trouble scoring, for lack of better words. But yet Boston was the only team to score goals that game as they shut out Montreal 2-0. But more importantly, arguably, the greatest arena giveaway I think I've ever seen.
Oh my God, those hats. I love them. I want one. If anyone wants to send me one, my DMs are open. I love them so much.
Maybe we should set up like a PO box for the hotel.
Yes.
And after that, and then we'll just like fight to the death for whoever gets the flag. But
I love them so much.
The hats are great. I'm glad the Fleet showed up for it. Megan Keller, newly appointed captain, scores the first goal of the season for them.
Poetic.
Montreal has still yet to score, and as we do record, Montreal's home opener is going on, and we thought they scored, but once again, New York gets the benefit of the doubt, and the goal is disallowed.
Oh, man.
Rude.
Oof,
they are outshooting New York 14-5 right now, so it feels like
it's a matter of time.
Yeah.
But just like as a whole, it's been a pretty good week. It was a pretty good weekend, but I like Vancouver, Seattle taking the cake on there. But excuse me, God damn it! I hope you have to have fun editing around that. But it's very exciting to see this back. I've been so depressed with men's hockey lately that I needed this kick in the butt for excitement. I know you two don't have a problem with what's going on. We'll talk about that later on. But any more comments or excitement just in general for the PWHL season? I think you're going to both the Denver games.
We are.
Yes, we are.
Most excellent.
Gonna be great.
I'm so excited.
Aside from that, anything else you guys are both looking forward to this season in terms of the PW?
Just good hockey. I'm excited to like watch the Olympics this year and have a better idea of who everybody is, because I always watch the Olympics. I love the Winter Olympics, but a lot of time it's like I would know the stars, like I know who Hillary Knight is, but like I would often not know all the players on the women's teams, and it's going to be really cool to be like, oh yeah, I remember when they scored this goal. Or I'm just very excited about that. I love the name recognition for the women's players, and that's always good. So I'm really excited to watch more and support the league. And there's more games, which you simply have to love. There weren't enough games last season, I felt. So I'm very excited about more games.
Yeah,
we get 120 regular season games this year. First time they break triple digits.
That's amazing.
What it's all about, folks.
I'm also very glad that I'm US based, so I just find all of the games on YouTube instead of having to get out my secret decoder ring to figure out which of the 97 different broadcast options it's on in Canada.
Rip to our Canadian friends. I mean, you've got a lot going for you right now, like not being in the US, but the US has one thing going for us right now, and it's really easy access to PWHL games.
So, fun fact, this is the literal sole reason I ever downloaded a VPN provider.
The only reason I've ever had a VPN is to watch like hockey.
But thank you for bringing that up, because I had such an escapade today. Because my girlfriend's got an Amazon Prime account. God bless your heart. You're amazing. Love you so much. And I was just like, oh yeah, I haven't accessed it in a bit. Maybe, but I know the game tonight's on Prime. Let's go ahead and log in. They're like, okay, we'll just send this code to your email because it looks like an unfamiliar method of trying to access it. So I go on Discord and I send her a message being like, hey, I'm just trying to access your Amazon Prime so I can watch hockey. What's this code? She's just like, uh-oh. All of a sudden, like on my screen saying you've been locked out. Because she thought she was someone was trying to hack her account and immediately said, no, disregard.
No.
So we had to go through a whole password change. and all these details. I think I needed via text message or email needed like 3 or something different codes, only to have it be like, yeah, we've temporarily put a hold on your account. Please contact us so we can lift this and get this all sorted out.
Oh my God.
So she eventually fixed it on her end after like 3 passwords later. 15 minutes or so of headache. So I finally got to turn it on just in time for player nonsense, but I was pulling some hair out. And I was just like, don't make me start the VPN again, because I know that also messes with my recording. The sacrifices we make for good hockey.
Truly.
Make sports easier to watch.
Make them accessible.
Stop reinventing cable.
Please.
Seriously.
Please, God.
That's my hot take.
You know what? I've been almost tempted to spend the $20 a month to get TSN just for the few months while it's on PWHL season, just to like free the headache. This is my level of dedication. That might not be the worst
idea.
Yeah, PWHL, if you're listening to this, I'm willing to give you some money. Just make this easy for me. Make it easy for all of us, please. Just, you know what? No, here we go. I'm going to propose a business proposition, all right?
What
we're going to do, and I have another friend who's in on this. We're just going to get a lot, fair enough of investors, and we're going to start our own streaming network where we're going to get the PWHL, the WNBA, the NSL, the NWSL, and basically any other women's sports league you can think of. And just
I think there's now a women's baseball league, so
yes,
I guess they can be on it.
WPBL. They just had their draft last week.
I'm in for sure.
Excellent. Now we just need to find people with money.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah.
Sharks.
Here's
minor
my details. Minor details, of course. But like, let's just get like one nice centralized women's sports network.
That would rock.
I know there's there are women's sports bars that are doing this, and I love them for it. But none of them are walking distance from my apartment, and I think that that's screwed up.
That's just, how dare they? All right, we're going to move on a little bit to a little more of a depressing topic. Over the weekend in the Ontario Hockey League, or at least last week, we had one of the scariest incidents I think I've ever seen in hockey. In a game between the Brampton Steelheads and the Oshawa Generals late in the game, there was a collision behind the net between a couple players when Steelheads defender Luke Dragusica basically took exception to a hit, grabbed his stick with both of his hands almost near the hilt, and just basically baseball swung against the side of the head of an Oshawa Generals forward. Those who have been a long-time listener of the podcast remember the time where SJ and I talked about the Marty McSorley incident. It looked very similar to that incident and just as terrifying, and potentially even more so considering these are teenage boys.
Yeah. They're really young, yeah.
You said you both saw this incident, correct?
Yeah, it was horrifying.
I thought people were exaggerating when they said it was McSorley adjacent, and then it was not an exaggeration.
Yeah.
Bad.
It was not good.
Very scary and horrifying to watch.
All right. And the one, if there's one good thing in air quotes to come out of this, it's that the OHL, though, has come out with hammers swinging. Dragusica was assessed a match penalty and has now been suspended for the rest of the regular season, which is 48 games, and however long Brampton's playoff season goes. He is done for the year. Period. Full stop.
We love to hear it.
Although he is apparently going to allegedly fight this.
Yeah, apparently he's appealing, and I would love to know the grounds on which he's appealing that. Because I don't think there are any comparable incidents for him to bring up.
Not in the OHL.
No.
I mean, don't try to murder people on the ice.
Just maybe.
I don't know.
I would find it hilarious, to be honest, if he tries to fight it and then an arbitrator looks at it and be like, no, you're right. You shouldn't be suspended for a year. You should be banned for life.
Yeah.
That would feel reasonable to me. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this genuinely feels like something that actual charges could be pressed.
I think you really could.
Just straight up assault.
Yeah. So just a heinous offense.
And not that it matters, but the initial hit was like not that big of a deal. Like it was a totally clean.
Oh yeah, like I feel
normal
like
hit.
if it was just a reaction to it being late in the game, like being
Yeah.
sore.
Yeah,
about it.
I have no idea if those two had been getting into it all game or anything, but still, not an excuse to
No.
try to club a dude in the head.
It should also be mentioned that the OHL did announce too that Dragusica must undergo league mandate education, counseling, and community service. As well, he will have to meet in front of a reinstatement panel in order to be eligible to be reinstated for next season. So there is a lot of work that this player has to go through before being allowed to play again, which is good.
Yes.
Let's just
Good
hope
work,
that
OHL.
I definitely,
Yeah.
especially like it for, it's a junior league, like I like that they're like, education is going to be part of this, like better yourself, learn from your mistakes, I think is a really important tactic for them to be taking. I don't know what the education counseling will be, but I also like that they're just like thrown in the community service to be like, yeah, this is probably a legal issue, honestly. So like, we're going to mandate community service too.
Well, the other thing too, right? Like, this is a young and impressionable player as well. So this education, I think, can only grow as his brain's still growing. So let's just hope that it sends a good message and that it just leads to a little more positivity in this world. Because sometimes, I don't know, it seems with hockey, sometimes it's just lacking at times. But maybe that's just me.
Yeah.
The other thing kind of as well with that too is it just really highlights to me how much I feel the NHL is falling short when it comes to suspensions and player safety. Which I know we're beating a dead horse at this point. But like, if a player clubbed another player in the head similar to this, there's existing precedent that's 20 games. But also knowing how much they seem to be like want to fight it, and not to mention the NHL's reluctance to go 10, like 5+. Like, what do we honestly think that like that situation late in the game, the retaliation, etc.? Like, how much do we think a suspension for that would be in the NHL? Like, would it be 20? Would it be less? Because the cynic in me wants to say it'd be like 10.
They might go 20 and then the NHLPA would challenge it, which is their job. So I can't be mad at the union for standing by their players, even if they are wrong in that specific instance. But then I think that the challenge would come down to less than 20 for sure.
I almost wonder if they would make it like 23 or 25, knowing that there's going to be an appeal, and then they can come down to 20 so they can still be staying with precedent, but also remove some games just to say, hey, look, we listen when the PA brings an appeal. But also the idea that would only be 20 games feels insane to me. Like, that feels like that should be 40.
The only thing, too, is...
I feels like it should be a year suspension minimum.
Yeah.
Like, that feels like the appropriate...
Yeah, and with the whole reason the McSorley one was only 20-something games is because that's how many games were left in the year.
Okay.
Technically, the only reason he didn't get more is because I think he retired, like, after that year. So, but yeah, if precedent is... like,
so then I guess the league could argue that the precedent is, in fact, just the rest of the season and could make it 40 plus.
But, like, at this point, where if you do it, like, right now, that'd be 61 games. So is that, like... Is that where they go for it? Or do they be like, maybe no, we can't have you be suspended longer than a gambler. No, we can't do that.
Yeah, you know what? That's so true.
Gambling is definitely worse than trying to kill someone. We all know this. The thing that we advertise on our games and have players wear on their jerseys and name arenas after. This is... nothing compared to murder.
See, there is one other quick thing too, Madison. I want to rewind a bit because you mentioned how the union, like, they want to protect their players and make sure they get their money. All right. if I'm the union, hey, protect my head, please.
I don't disagree. I do think that's like.
Well, that's because we're smart human beings who seem to have a amount of empathy when it comes to ice.
That's because we all haven't taken multiple blows to the head. So,
well, I mean, multiple.
Mine haven't been hockey sticks. I'll say that.
I think I've had like maybe one or two, but they were both when I was a child.
Like I haven't been concussed, but like just to put in perspective, at my work, we work in trucks, like bars that hold uniforms, and there's a couple of trucks where they're standard, like the bars at around 5'10", like 5 feet 10 inches tall or something like that. I'm 6'4".
Oops.
It doesn't go well.
Jinkies.
My record is 7 in one day.
Oh no! Oh no!
After the third or fourth, I just got more and more pissed off, and it's not because it hurt. It's because I was frustrated that it kept happening, and then it happened again and again and again.
Understandable.
Again, to summarize, good job, OHL. Boo. Everything else, just don't smack people in the head with your stick. This is not rocket science.
This is like, did none of you go to kindergarten? Like we have learned that it's not appropriate to hit people in the head just because
if
we're upset.
You are reaching double digits and you don't know that, like that's a problem. Like that's bad. You should know that.
You know what? If you want to hit someone in the head with your hockey stick, hop into our Discord at www.neutralzonehotel.com/Discord and argue with us in there. We might we'll ban you after like 10 minutes.
I was going to say, are you inviting people to join just to get banned?
I want to understand why we might think this is okay. But in all seriousness, no, please come join us on Discord. And as well, aside from just from Discord, you can also find us over on Bluesky and YouTube at Neutral Zone Hotel, all in one word. And of course, if you like this episode, make sure to rate us 5 stars, thumbs up, subscribe, like button, all that fun jazz. Let us know how we're doing and leave comments because we all read them. Not most of us. SJ for sure reads them. I will read them. Just make sure to leave them. Like, let us know.
I'll read them if I see them.
I have never looked at our YouTube page, but I should probably do that.
Well, to be fair, you weren't hired when we had the YouTube page. Now you were free from there. Now there's no excuse.
Yeah, that's fair.
We'll make it part of your initiation.
Oh, great.
So kind of continuing on potential, maybe not depressing, but there was a bit of a labor dispute going on in the AHL and the ECHL. And Emily, you were reading up on that, right? Can you enlighten us?
Yeah. So, we over in the NHL world are thrilled and delighted and also vaguely confused because the CBA was ratified a whole year in advance. And so I think for most NHL and sort of casual hockey fans, we're like, okay, well, like, great. Labor, all that's settled. We've got years. It's all going to be great. Turns out both the AHL and ECHL went into this season without new CBAs, which I'm kind of unclear on exactly how they could do that. I guess you just sort of continue following the old one until the new one's ratified. But The Athletic just published an article earlier this week about it. So neither of those two lower level NHL affiliated leagues have a CBA, although it does sound like the AHL is close to getting one. The ECHL, on the other hand, nowhere close. They recently sent out an open letter to fans talking about how poorly these negotiations are going. They say that the players' side, quote, remains far apart from the league on several fundamental issues that speak to fairness, respect, and the sustainability of professional hockey at this level. So that's not a great sign. It also turns out that the PHPA, the Professional Hockey Players Association, which represents both AHL and ECHL players, so I think every tier below the NHL, they have filed an unfair labor practice charge with the National Labor Relations Board, alleging bad faith bargaining, unilateral changes to working conditions, and lack of financial transparency during negotiations with the league. So shit is bad.
That's so bad.
Wow.
And For those of you who don't follow the ECHL, which I think most people who listen to this podcast probably don't, the ECHL is nominally a professional league, but these guys are making like $500 a week to play hockey.
It's adjacent to junior hockey in terms of the stipends.
Yeah, the ECHL salary cap is $14,600 a week. So on average, that's about $730 per player. And obviously you've got guys who are making more, so you've got guys who are making less. They are given basic housing. I have not looked into what exactly that means, but I'm guessing it's, not particularly luxurious and might come with several teammates.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if it's potentially also similar then to the PWHL, because as we've heard several times through Benjamin, they have almost, I think that's $1,000 a month stipend for housing for the PWHL. Mm-hmm. So maybe it's something similar in that regard too.
It may be. And their per diem on the road is $53 a day. And also, they travel everywhere by bus.
Yeesh.
Imagine you live in, they gave a breakdown in this article of a typical weekend. So the Reading Royals, based in Reading, Pennsylvania, had to drive 10 hours to get to Trois-Rivières, Quebec, to play a Friday game, and then 6 hours to get to Portland, Maine for a Sunday game, and then another 8 hours to get back to Pennsylvania.
And I'm just looking at this map right now. That's a small portion of the map of this league.
They don't play like every single team, unlike the NHL.
Yeah, I would imagine it's probably like restricted within like your division / your conference, somewhat similar to what they do in the A. Yeah.
But still.
And they frequently play 3 and 4 or 4 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's their normal for them, which is, all but unheard of in upper level leagues. Mm-hmm. So, they're really grinding it out here for like well below minimum wage. And so I think it's understandable that the players there may want things to suck a little bit less. So something to keep an eye on.
And ECHL players are like rarely, if ever, gonna be going to the NHL. Like I think the only time that really happens is like goalies will sometimes play in the ECHL and then come up to the NHL eventually. But like they have affiliate teams, but usually like anyone playing in the ECHL is gonna top out in the AHL. So they definitely should be bargaining for like all that they can get. Like this is their career. They want to play professional hockey. They should be treated as professionals. And I don't know. It just is sad. I mean, even AHL players really don't make that much money.
No.
So.
I just also kind of wonder if that's just a slight indictment on hockey's place in American pro sports, at least in the hierarchy of it, right? Because, I mean, baseball is high up there. Football.
I don't think you make a lot of money if you're playing like double or triple or whatever, like lower league baseball.
You know what? Average salary.
I know nothing about
double
baseball.
A baseball. Because let's assume because ECHL is 2 tiers below. Which
so double A should be 2 tiers below.
So 2024 average salary for a AA baseball player was $30,000 a year.
Okay, never mind. The baseball players are in fact making more than the hockey players.
That's pretty standard. Baseball is like the highest paid sport. Yeah, there is no really minor league for the NFL. Like they've kind of tried to start one.
Mm-hmm. And as we discussed last week too, no guaranteed contracts in the NFL either.
Mm-hmm.
So
the labor, as a football fan, I can get on my high horse about how football players are paid, but that's neither here nor there. But I will always be on my high horse about workers should get paid more. Like I'm never gonna not side with workers on like we should get better working conditions and better pay. This is a Union Strong podcast.
Official stance of the Neutral Zone Hotel.
We are Union Strong here at the Neutral Zone Hotel.
And then the NBA also does have the G League, but also they have like 12 players per team. So like there's a lot more money that can go towards them and like less of that gets divided around. So that I'm sure will also be inflated. You know what? And again, as we say that, average salary of NBA G League. Wow. The average salary for a standard G League contract is about $40,000 a season.
And they don't play a lot of games.
That's actually considerably lower than I expected.
That's for 6 months basically at work. Wow. Huh.
And another thing that I think gets left out of a lot of these conversations is like, especially like, okay, high level, so like NFL, NHL, MLB, like the really high level players, they have facilities that they're going to work out. They have like doctors on site, like all that stuff. A lot of the minor leagues don't have that. Like a lot of this stuff is like, being an athlete is really expensive, and a lot of those costs get put onto the minor league players in a way that they aren't the major league players. So like $40,000 a year is like not a lot for a normal person, but like if you're an athlete and you could get traded and you could get moved anytime and you could like have to pay 2 rents, like,
and also your food costs are probably like quadruple what the rest of us pay.
Yes. Equipment, like all of these things, like staying fit, having a nutritionist, like these are all really expensive things. And so, yeah. And also their job is to put their body on the line to like, and physically risk so much more than the average person is doing at their job. So yeah, it's just pay them. In conclusion.
And I know, like, we obviously idolize and love players at the top tier, but support your minor league teams as well. If you've got a local team, support your minor league team. It may not be as good of sport, but at the same time, there's almost a charm to it. Like, by example, I guess would be junior hockey, which is still kind of like its own discussion, but watching 16 to 20-year-olds play hockey, because they're trying so hard to make an impression, that they're going to go all out for it, which also leads to a lot of mistakes, and that's fun.
It's exciting hockey. Like as someone with season tickets for an NCAA team, like it's college hockey is so fun because players are like the ones who are signed or, you know, got drafted want to impress the teams that drafted them. And then the people who are undrafted are trying to impress teams, or just like this could be the finale of their career. And so they really want to do their best. And then, yeah, a lot of them just aren't as good as the higher level players, and so they make more mistakes, and you get to see more insane high event stuff happen. And that's a good time. The ECHL game I went to, I've been to one, and there were like, the home team scored like 6 or 7 goals, I think. Like, that's fun. Like, it was so fun.
When I lived in Western New York, there was a federal hockey league or whatever, the tier below the ECHL team there. And my God, I've seen better beer league games, but the atmosphere was incredible. It was in this tiny rink with like literal metal bleachers to sit on. I think tickets were like $7, and it was a great time. Like it was a lot like beer league, where you either had kids like fresh out of college who weren't really ever going to make it, and then like a bunch of washed out guys.
Was this the Federal Prospects Hockey League by any chance?
Yes, it was.
Okay, wow, this league keeps getting brought up on this podcast. I love it. As someone who just learned about it, like late last year during one of our takeover recap episodes, because we had our guest Will, who came to hockey via the Monroe Moccasins.
There we go.
My whole intro to this league is through there, and then literally looking at the website during the discussion and just admiring the fact that there was a team called the Rock Lobsters.
Yeah. Shout out to the Elmira Enforcers, who no longer exist. I think there were finance issues, but I think they got taken over by some team that may or may not also now be the Mammoth. That can't be right. It's some sort of prehistoric animal.
Let's see. We have the rock lobsters, the moccasins, the river dragons, the ice cats, the thunderbirds, the breakers, the zydeco, the black bears, the prowlers, the scarecrows, the bobcats, the hat tricks, the wolves, or the sentinels. Take your pick.
Those are such sick team
All of
names.
those. Oh, okay. So now it's the Elmira River Sharks.
Okay.
Well,
Also,
less cool, but it's still fun, you know?
as a side note,
Yeah.
Madison, I think you especially will get a kick out of this, but just look at this logo for one of the teams. I posted in our little chat for this call.
It's so sick.
Right?
I have a Savannah Ghost Pirate sticker that my dad got me when he was in Savannah that I need to
that
find a
sounds
place
awesome.
for. Their logo's so cool.
Like, I want to, for the record, I'm looking at the logo for the Topeka Scarecrows. Do they?
Oh
okay,
my, that is
It's so
spooky
cool.
as hell. I love it.
If I go to like jerseys, do they have anything up available? Maybe not. Looks like they got. Looks like this is the name of a team that used to show up there, but I don't think they got a current one.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
No, they got a website.
Oh, yeah. If they have like jerseys available, I'd love to like look into that. Yeah. Also, again, shout outs to another former team that no longer exists, but the Detroit Rockers, who basically just had a mulleted metal head as their logo.
I love
and the colors
that.
black
That's
and
so
purple.
Rocks.
Speaking of supporting minor league teams, though, like I also need to shout out like theme nights at minor league games. Like look up
So
the theme night. They're
good.
so fun. I know like a friend of mine told me like the Hartford Wolfpack has like an emo night most years and they have like custom jerseys. And like if I lived anywhere close to them, you better believe I would be there. But like teddy bear toss season is right now. If you want a teddy bear toss, you have to go. It's so fun.
I've never been to one, and I want to because I know.
I just went to the DU one, and it is. I've been 3 times, and it is a blast every time.
I love watching just the sheer jubilation when a goal goes in, and just the absolute wave of stuffed animals flying over there.
It's so
My
fun.
favorite thing is hockey players finding the one giant teddy bear and just like diving onto it.
Doing like snow angels in the pile and whatnot.
Yes.
You know what? Looking this up now. Vancouver Giants teddy bear toss. Please tell me it's still here. December 13th. Oh, baby, it's a Saturday.
Sounds like you have plans that weekend.
All right. I might be making this happen.
Hell
this
yeah. They're so fun. They're so fun.
All right. Yeah, support your minor hockey. And all right, we got one last topic. One that I think is a pretty cool stat, and then I'm gonna shut up after that. The Colorado Avalanche have become only the 4th team in NHL history to have 1 regulation loss in their first 20 games of the season, as they went a little bit of an asterisk there, as they went 14 wins, 1 loss, and 5 overtime losses. However, still need to be good enough to get to overtime to lose 5 times in overtime. Take it away. You two are the Avs fans. I'm sure you have lots to say on this topic. Just
They're so good. They're just unbelievably good. It's so sick.
I'm just my feelings about the Avs are just that clip from Shorzy where he goes, "This team will never lose again." Except that's Nathan McKinnon, and he's holding a knife and staring somebody down because they're eating a slice of white bread toast or something, you know.
Oh my God. It's been really funny this whole season to listen to people talking about like the mediocrity of the league overall because everybody's like really close to each other in the standings. And I'm over here like my team kicks ass. Like everybody else's team sucks. It's honestly surreal to watch though and just be like, I don't know. Like if you're not watching the Avs, like you should watch a game through like not a hater lens, so not one that your team is playing against the Avs, because it's truly just magnificent hockey to watch, and it's like such a blessing to be able to watch it.
just for fun, let's run through some league leader stats, both team and individual. Okay, 4 points. Nathan MacKinnon currently leading the league with 37. And then he's got all of the babies behind him. Macklin Celebrini, 34. Oh, I guess Connor McDavid, 33. Connor Bedard, 31. Jack Eichel, 30.
McDavid's still a baby compared to McKinnon.
Cale Makar, tied for 6th with 29. Martin Necas, tied for 10th with 28. So, you know, that's pretty cool. Goals. Nathan MacKinnon, currently tied for 1st with Morgan Geekie, of all people. We're just gonna
skip past that because I simply, there are no words.
Baffling. 17 goals. Martin Necas, tied for 6th, 13 goals. Pretty exciting. Let's see, what else we got here? Assists. Nathan MacKinnon tied for 2nd with 20. Also, Cale Makar tied for 2nd with 20. I think those guys might be good.
Just maybe.
Just maybe. For team stats, goals for, Avs are in 1st place with 88. Goals against, Avs are in 1st place with 48.
Question.
Yes, Trevor.
Who's 2nd in goals for, and how many do they have, just so we have a point of reference?
Yes, okay. Avs are 1st with 88. Ducks are 2nd with 79. Hurricanes are 3rd with 77. Caps with 76.
Yep. Nope. Enough said.
Yep.
No, it's not close.
Not close. Goals against is similar. Avs are 1st with 48. Penguins, somehow, are 2nd with 55. Seattle is 3rd with 56.
You remember last year when the Colorado started with 2 goalies and then like a quarter of the way through it was like, hey, these guys suck. Let's trade both of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, and yet people say it's hard to trade goalies.
Yeah, their goalies are doing pretty well right now.
Yeah, somebody did a breakdown of what the Avs had to give up to get those 2 goalies, and it was not that much. Also, Alexander Georgiev no longer even in the league. He was placed on unconditional waivers for the purpose of contract termination by the Rochester Americans earlier this week.
Yeah. F's in the chat.
Salute to you, Alexander Georgiev. You gave us some great jokes for a couple of years there.
So it's just
you gave it the good old college try.
It is bleak when you cannot crack the roster with the Buffalo Sabres.
Mm-hmm. Well, not to mention, isn't Luukkonen hurt too? So
no,
like
he's not anymore. He was.
So they got him as Luukkonen insurance when it looked like he wasn't going to be able to start. And then they picked up Colton Ellis on waivers, and now they're playing 3 goalie Monty, which is Kevin Adams' apparent favorite thing to do.
Kevin. But Av's good.
Av's good.
People might be saying
great.
Many are saying.
People are saying
more and more.
As a fan of a team that can only lightly be described as dog poop, how's it feel?
Great.
I'm having the time of my life. It's gonna really suck when the playoffs roll around, though, because I'm gonna be like on the edge of my seat for every game, like pulling my hair out.
Cannot wait for them to go 7 games against fucking Dallas or somebody.
Speaking of Dallas and the Avalanche, I do have to add, what's up with Mikko Rantanen? Is he just like really mad he doesn't get to play on the Avs anymore? Or like, what is up?
What was it? Automatic 1-game suspension for having 2 game misconducts within a short span. I believe it was
3
like
games.
3 game. I think it was the rule is within 4 games, but yeah, which a rule I didn't know, but seems like a good one.
Yeah, surprise! NHL has a good rule.
For once.
Yeah, who knew?
Sorry, if I can pile on here, I've got one more fun Avs stats for you.
Please share.
If you go by points percentage, 4th and 5th place, 659, and that's Anaheim, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Tied for 2nd, Carolina, Dallas, 682. Colorado, 1st place, 841.
Yeah. Yeah, that's insane.
Go.
That's insane.
Absolutely
The Avs
absurd.
are the kid in the class that like just totally fucks up the bell curve for everybody else.
Absolutely.
Like without them, everyone would be getting a full letter grade higher.
Calgary and Nashville are just being like, hey, what the
They
heck?
weren't gonna pass the class no matter what. Let's be real.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love watching hockey and not feeling existential dread. Although I
It
will
must
say,
be real nice. This has been my entire life watching hockey.
I will say though, Madison and I went to the Avs Sabres game the other week, and that was one of the most uninspiring games of hockey I've seen in a very long time, for at least the first 2.5 periods.
Yeah, it was not fun. It was a little brutal. But
What was it, like Colorado giving like 30% effort, just like toying with Buffalo, and they're like, all right, now we're actually going to try.
Nobody was playing well. I think shots closing out the first period were like 4-5.
yeah, it was just like
Ew.
no one was doing anything on the ice. It was bad.
But it may or may not have also been tied 2-2 then. It was just like, oops, no goalies.
Yeah, there were like the first 3 shots of the game, like the first 4 shots of the game resulted in 3 goals, I want to say. Or
Oh,
something
okay,
equally ridiculous to that. Like it was just bad.
It's sloppy, just not in the like. It's sloppy, which is usually fun. There just wasn't the shots to sustain sloppy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Fair
boring
enough.
sloppy, not exciting sloppy.
I actually do have a question though. How, is this like kind of really permeating through Denver? Like, are the Avs like more of a talk of the town than not because of their prowess this season?
So the Broncos and the Nuggets are also doing really well right now.
Mhm.
I think the Broncos surprisingly so, the Nuggets less surprisingly so.
The Broncos are like, as a Broncos fan, just like being really baffling in the way that they're being good. Like they have like a really good record, but like there's like a meme going around that's like every Sunday, oh, I get to watch my favorite team play football. And then like the entire time span of the game is like existential dread. And then like the last 5 minutes of watch time, not game time, is like, holy shit, they pulled it off. Like, whereas like the Avalanche are just like walking every team that they play. So in terms of excitement factor, I mean, in general, the Broncos kind of run Denver. But I think the Broncos continue to be very confusing and surprising. And so that's mostly what people are talking about.
But people are definitely acknowledging that the Avs are good.
Oh, yeah.
That's
My
good.
boss hasn't talked to me about hockey in a long time because he's a Blues fan and he just doesn't want to hear it. He's like,
Yeah, that's completely valid right now.
He's
'Cause,
like, maybe if they bottom out again, they can win the Stanley Cup again. Like, that's where his head's at.
yeah, like you know that like if he comes to you to talk about hockey, all you got to do just have a tab with the NHL standings on constantly. As soon as you see he comes by, you just point at
Click
your
over.
screen.
I did see somebody say that there's still time for the Blues to get into a fight at practice and have it turn their season around.
That's exactly. We could make this. This is possible. This is the way.
Milan Lucic was let go of his professional tryout, and you'd think he would be the prime instigator for
He
that.
would be the one.
Maybe that's why
honestly.
they let him go. They were like, if you're not going to start a fight at practice, why do we even have you on the team?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would love to know like what's running through Nathan McKinnon's head right now, because like I feel like no one on the team is probably actually having as much fun with this as like we are. Like I'm having a blast as a fan, but I feel like if I was on a team that was like winning this much, I would. Feels like also kind of a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of like, you can't let this get to your head.
Yes.
You can't assume that just because it's going well in November means shit in
Yeah.
June.
Like, I think the big one is like, you know, this is great, but how do we sustain this? Right? Like,
Yeah.
it's great to have this run, but this is, again, only 2 months or so into a long season. Like, how do you keep this going through December, January, February, March? And especially, too, because, like, at some point, the law of averages is going to balance out, and they might actually lose a second regulation game.
Probably.
Okay.
They
I'm
are
just-
not
I know
going to
it's a
go.
depressing concept. I know it's a depressing concept, but I'm just saying. I know they've won 9 in a row.
You think the fact that they've only lost one regulation game and it was against the Boston Bruins is maybe a little bit of a fluke? No.
Yeah. I will say, I think having Landeskog back is doing wonders for morale. Like, Nathan MacKinnon is an incredible hockey player, and I think he motivates people in that they are terrified to give anything less than their best because Nathan MacKinnon will murder them. But I think having a slightly more level-headed adult in the room to captain the ship and just let Nate go sicko mode on the ice and not have any responsibilities beyond occasionally having to go talk to a ref is doing great things for the overall vibes in the locker room.
I definitely agree. I think Landy is like a much gentler motivator, far and away more gregarious and just more likable than Nathan MacKinnon in terms of like off ice behavior.
He's like potentially the one who can like look at Nate and be like, Nate?
Yeah,
sit
down, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if Nate's like being especially obnoxious, I'm sure he hasn't had anyone who can tell him to knock it off for a while.
Yeah,
so.
like Cale Makar is gonna go over there and be like, Nate, bro.
Yeah, I think that's an underrated aspect of how well they're doing. It's just like the vibes are off the charts.
The one thing that I'm also greatly appreciative of, at least, is like, who would you say are like the best, like 4 or 5 players on the Avs right now, if you had to like list them? Like MacKinnon and Makar are number 1 and 2 for sure.
Yeah,
obviously.
Natchez is up there. Scott
Taves.
Wedgwood has been out of his mind.
Yeah, but that's also like what a wild turnaround that would be. I would say maybe I don't know. Could make a case for Lehkonen, but I would probably go for Taves.
You want to know what I hear from all that? 0 Americans that can go to the Olympics.
The Avs don't have very many American players.
It's fucking
Canadian excellence happening here. And
meanwhile, I cheer for a Canadian team that employs like maybe 3 Canadians and like 9 Americans. So go figure.
Okay, but you get Quinn Hughes, so you know you can't complain too much about the American offerings.
I'm going to sing the praises of Quinn Hughes. You'll sing the praises of Cale Makar, and come February, we're going to swap roles.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
I do also wonder. Like I was listening, I think it was the PWHL. Emily Kaplan was talking about how all anyone is talking about or thinking about right now is the Olympics. So I do kind of wonder if like we get back from Olympic break and then the other teams actually like care. They're not like the Avs have come out with just such a strong early season performance that like I'm not worried about it. I just do kind of wonder if like Nathan MacKinnon refusing to allow anyone to do less than their absolute best at all times is part of what's fueling this against people who are more preoccupied with, do I get to play in the Olympics?
Also, are the Avs going to come back with like, you know, Nate and Cale are both going to get a lot of ice time at the Olympics, whereas there are teams who are going to have either basically nobody going or guys who aren't going to see much ice time, and our team's going to take advantage of the Avs being exhausted.
Like, this is obviously also just extenuating circumstances, but in 2010, after the Olympics in Vancouver, Roberto Luongo really wasn't the same for the rest of the season through the playoffs. And like, you know, you got that whole gold medal win, including the big game, and he was kind of thrust into the starting role. He wasn't supposed to be the starter for that Canadian team. Plus, you got that added pressure, I guess, of playing in his home market. But he didn't go a single game after that where he let in less than 2. Like, it was 2 goals or more every game for the rest of the year.
Oof.
So, like, there's something to that. Like, you have this huge high, especially with it being best on best the first time in
a
12 years,
long time, yeah.
with the exception of the Four Nations. And then you got to kind of come back down and like temper it down again. So I think that is for sure something that's going to happen. And it'll be really interesting to see who can overcome that.
Yeah.
All right. I think we are almost done. We've had some good discussions here, but because it's the three of us, we've had some good fun with this. I've enjoyed my time with you two. I think it's time for one more bonus segment that I quite enjoy, and you two haven't been a part of yet. So, Emily, can I get a 1 or a 2?
2.
This one it is. It's time to crack a pack. It's crack a pack time, baby!
Woo!
Let's go.
So I have in my hands a pack of 2024-25 PWHL hockey cards.
Let's go.
You hear that? Oh, it's wonderful.
Hockey card ASMR with Trevor.
It even smells nice. I know that's people find it weird. SJ finds it really weird, but hockey cards have a specific smell, and it's great.
I believe you.
All right. So we're going to have 5 base cards, and we're going to finish off with an insert or a rookie card. First off, for the Minnesota Frost, Kelly Panic.
Oh,
Nice.
sweet. I do love Kelly Panic. What a cool name, too. It sounds like they're like, oh, Panic on the ice. And I'm like, that just sounds cool. What can I say?
I'm sure somehow you can turn that into a Panic at the Disco pun.
Absolutely.
I'll work on it for next time.
Here's a fun one. From the Montreal Victoire and now on the Seattle Torrent, Michaela Grant-Mentis.
Oh, yes, Bucky.
I hear she's a bit of a cherry picker. I will say she was around the ice a lot in the Torrent Golden Knights game, but plus minus, to quote another podcast, plus minus means nothing until it means something.
So true.
And the reason I say that is because Michaela Grant-Mentis was a -3 in that Torrent Golden Knights game.
Oops.
She was on the ice for pretty much every regulation goal against.
Not great.
Yikes. No. She was everywhere still. And her line with especially Sir Dackney centering that line, Sir Dackney was everywhere. She was really good.
Yeah,
And
that's
I'm kind of
gonna be
wondering
a
why she couldn't do that in Ottawa.
fun line to watch.
Next up, your current second Boston Fleet captain, it's Megan Keller.
Yay, Megan
Heck
Keller.
yeah.
For the quote-unquote beloved Ottawa Charge, it's Rebecca Leslie.
Nice.
So, fun thing with her is she had only 1 goal all last season in the regular season, and scored multiple. She scored more goals in the playoffs than she did the regular.
Yeah, she had a bunch in the playoffs. It was wild.
She had
a
great playoff. She scored the first goal for the Charge in the final too, and I go back occasionally to watch that goal because like she just stands at the dot and just rips it top shelf. And the crowd's like already kind of buzzing, but then you hear that go and you hear the pop off. There's another Discord server that I'm in where someone like there's a question of the day that goes around, and someone asks like, what do you do to like make yourself feel good when you're kind of feeling down?
Mm-hmm.
And one of my favorite things to do is to watch clips of like sports fans or like just fans in general pop off when something cool happens or something that they get excited about.
I love that. That's so fun.
That is very fun.
I will go back and rewatch goal clips just to see how different fans react. Like while watching like the individual ways they'll jump out of their chairs, like who's jumping up and down, who's like high-fiving. And so like that was one of my go-to clips for a while during the summer.
I love
when
that.
I was missing hockey. Our last base card for the Montreal Victoire, it's Laura Stacey.
Ooh, yes.
Hey.
She's gay, Marcus.
I got to introduce a new friend to She's Gay Marcus this weekend.
I forget not
magical.
literally everybody knows about that meme. Like I feel like it is just like seared into my brain. Like
the fact too that like a couple months later, the exact same guy found himself in the exact same situation with I believe it was it Courtney Kessel or Amanda Kessel when one of them got like married.
It was Amanda
like,
got
where are their
married.
husbands?
And it's just like, no, they got married to each other, Marcus.
Sir,
oh man,
why are you watching this much women's sport if you don't understand that lesbians exist?
I think he's just I don't know. Maybe
he's in on the joke at this point.
Maybe he's just trying to set up their gay Marcus jokes.
And then finally, we have a Dazzler of a really cool foil. Let's see if I can get the. There we go.
Cool foil.
It's so sparkly.
And it's Kendall Coyne Schofield.
Very nice.
Can't help but respect her play, even though sometimes I don't like what she does in that dressing room. But
yeah.
But
it's a pretty card.
It is a very pretty card.
I mean, it could be prettier too. Imagine if it was one of the purple varieties.
Ooh, those are really pretty. Oh, also Hillary Knight also helps make it better.
It could also be
I'm gay, Marcus. It's okay.
Actually, for the record, number 11. Do I need that? Nope, I don't. All right, that's a double. Oh well, it happens. Yeah, they just had like, I think at the Pacific Coliseum, they just got boxes of them brought in. They just opened all of them. They had rows upon rows of individual packs for sale. So
that's so fun.
What am I gonna do? Not buy them? Come on. You all listen to this podcast.
You got to do it.
You know how this goes. But with that said, Madison, any closing comments?
As an American, I guess I'll wish y'all a happy Thanksgiving. But only if you're American. I'm just kidding.
No, fuck you to the rest of our fans.
I'm right here. See, this just reminds me of one of my favorite bits from TSN. Good old Jay Onright. And I'm going to quote this directly because I remember this verbatim. No NHL games on American Thanksgiving, or as we in Canada call American Thanksgiving, Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Emily, any closing comments from you?
Nope, it's been real, folks. This was great.
Hell yeah. Thank you both as well for joining me here. And with that said, this has been the Neutral Zone Hotel, written, hosted, and produced by the Neutral Zone Hotel crew. Shout out to our friend Emily Mowbray for our fabulous logo / album art that you see on every episode. You can find us online at YouTube and Bluesky at Neutral Zone Hotel. You can also find us on the web at neutralzonehotel.com. And if you do a / and add the word Discord after that, you'll find a link to our Discord server where you can come and hang out with us. I swear,
we're super fun.
Pretty cool.
We're fun.
Don't forget, like, favorite, subscribe. We will greatly appreciate it. Rate us 5 stars. Tell us how we're doing. We appreciate any and all of your feedback. No matter what, thank you for staying with us. We'll see you next time.